I was at a
Zero
hospital,
one,
not in jail.
2102.
Or if you were under the custody of the Washington County
I was
Sheriff,
not.
I understand.
I was not.
Mr. Thorne, I understand that you're
I was dropped off
frustrated
at the
and you need
hospital,
to
and they
calm
later
down
tacked on
because
charges
you're,
just like the
this isn't
aiding
great,
and eluding
okay?
charge.
Please stop
that out.
speaking on the record.
And
Do I
that
have
if
parties
that's
announced for the
true,
record?
That's all.
and
That's fine,
people
but
can't sustain
please-
that element, then the
please
charge will
protect
be
yourself.
dismissed. But I'm not dismissing it upon your
And
representation.
are you, Mr. Gonzalez?
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Preliminary
All right.
examination in this
Please,
matter
each of these
will be
cause
set
numbers to no contest.
August
I'm sorry,
19th,
no contest.
2025,
Cause number ending in
12 noon.
02.
Prior to the
According to
That is
recess,
before me.
there was some discussion about a
Punishment
stipulated
is to
order
be
of
assessed
continuance.
At a
I
capital
now
10
have
years
before
in
me a
prison, there's a
motion
$1,000
to
For both
fine.
of these
continue
State is
cases,
silent on your
the
application.
pretrial conference.
I
Is
These
that
cases
correct?
will run concurrently.
Yes, Your
apprise
There's to be
Honor.
restitution of
So it was my understanding that it was
Please
going to be a
also
motion to continue,
Lowe's.
but after
one of
speaking
the-
with the defendant,
And cause number
I think it is
ending in
best
I
to
will
continue
call
this
it
case
one
until
of the
Monday
activities that I
to allow
think it
some
is
time for the
a
defendant to think about
maneuver
this offer.
to have
Punishment is
the
to be
court
assessed
That's
at a
fair.
do
cap of
something
10
that it
years in
Mr.
normally
Vincent,
would
There's a
not do.
$1,000
Any
fine.
objection to
The
State is
continuing
silent
this
on your
matter to
application.
Monday
This will run
at
concurrently
I will disclose
with
it.
the other
with
cause
the
numbers. The state is taking into
file
consideration
a-
We're
2025
maintaining the
CR
bell.
01213
After 5 days, you just did
As against
CR
me and
00871.
a
And
slew
there's
of
Mr.
other
Thorne, I'm gonna need
parties.
you, I'm gonna need you to try and
$799
Oh, yeah, in that
control
regard, Your
yourself so
Honor,
that I
I'm-
can hear
and
from the
cause number
attorneys,
do
okay?
ending in 90. According to your plea,
Mr. Vincent, what is the
Including
city's
many
recommendation?
punishment is to be
I
assessed
don't
at
The
a
even
cap
city's
know
of 2 years in
recommendation
prison.
that
There's a
bell be
$1,000
maintained and this
fine.
could be set over
This
State
to
is silent
judge,
on your
if I'm
application.
receiving
This will run
this,
And Ms.
concurrently with
Arnold,
all
do you want to be
cases.
heard on that?
two things. I read
No,
through
Your Honor,
the
that's
complaints,
that's
determined
easily
whether or not it
All right.
put on its face
So we
or
will
any
go
kind of
ahead and
report.
maintain
I
pretrial
consider
conditions
it,
of
quite
release
frankly,
in this
to be
matter.
frivolous.
We will
Count
set
one,
this case
paragraph B.
over
Complaint
The
itself.
cap of 10
to
years
a
in
new
prison.
pretrial
Not
conference
see that
on
as a
Monday
necessity
at 1
for
p.m.
me to
Currently,
use
Mr.
myself
Thorne,
for this
thank you.
general
You can go ahead and let
proceeding
the
because
officer
I
know
think
that
that's
you're hearing
precisely what he
consideration
wants to
21
have happen.
Okay, I don't
And
agree.
is
I don't want
attempting
her to be here on Monday. I want a different
and
lawyer.
2025
to be dealt with
jail
by
on Monday
me
will
as
not play
with any of the
according to
and
your
defendants.
guys'
there's
rules.
the restitution if
That
any.
is there.
You're
It's
not
been
gonna
turned
fuck me
over
and
to
make
the
me
Office
say
of General
thank you
Counsel
for
for
it.
the Washtenaw.
All right, the state
For
is
Washtenaw
silent.
County,
State,
they
I'm
will
sorry,
deal
defense, do
with
you have any
for
witnesses?
me as well as the others
They
that
want
are
Can you raise your right hand?
listed there.
Do you
someone
solemnly
else.
They
swear
will
affirm
deal
the
with
testimony
that.
you
They
give
have
will be the
also
truth and nothing but the
filed,
truth, so help you God?
it
Your Honor,
appears,
can
Lower
defense
your
request
hands,
a
state
brief
your name for the
recess?
record.
and again, this is all
No, we don't
part
need no
of
recess.
his,
Fuck you,
what
bitch.
I
Get
would
off the
call
case.
Defense, you may
shenanigans
proceed.
to shake this. He is filed
Yes,
against
go ahead and
people
mute the jail.
How long have you been in custody?
individuals
Yes, Ms. Arnold, we can absolutely take a
without
brief recess.
specific
Just let me know when you're ready to
reference
resume.
to
Yes,
the Washtenaw
best
County
interest.
Prosecutor's Office.
No, I haven't.
I trust you
I
because I trust
don't
everybody else in this whole
what I
situation too.
read
Mr.
would not
Thorne, I
consider
understand that you're
any
frustrated
jeopardy
and you need
upon
to
their
calm down because
objectivity and
you're,
in
this
this
isn't great,
case.
okay? Please stop anything on the record.
I just don't respect you. That's all.
That's fine, but please, please protect yourself.
At this point, we
You want to address the court?
Ms. Arnold, we are back on the record as the City of Lakewood versus Matthew James Thorne, 23
Can I speak on that note, Your Honor?
00420.
I will let you go
Prior
on.
to the
I'm not gonna let you
recess,
go on
there was some
some
discussion about a
diatribe that
stipulated
other
order of
I've
continuance.
stood on my rights and
I
I've
now
stood on my
have before
beliefs
me
this
a
whole entire
motion
time,
to
especially in
continue,
previous case, Your Honor.
the
That
pretrial
complaint is
conference.
well
Is that
pleaded.
correct?
Yes,
It
Your Honor.
does affect
So
multiple
it was my understanding that
parties
it was going to be a
of
motion to continue,
this
but after
jurisdiction.
speaking with the defendant,
Um,
I think it is
Washtenaw
best
County is
to
a named
continue
party,
this case
and I
until
do believe
Monday
that my
to allow some time for the defendant to think about this
impartiality
offer.
and bias
Okay,
will be
that's fair.
affected here
Mr.
as
Vincent,
it was in the past.
Any
Before this
objection
complaint.
to continue
And
this
I do
matter to
request a change of
Monday
venue
at
on that note for both these matters.
Monday at 1 p.m.
Wish to raise change.
We're
I was at a
bell,
hospital,
but I wanted
not
to
in
come up
jail.
with
You were under the custody of the Washtenaw County Sheriff.
I was not.
I understand.
I was not.
Mr. Thorne, I'm going to need
Custody.
you.
I was
I'm
dropped
gonna
off
need you
at the
to try
hospital and they later tacked
control
on
yourself
charges
so that I
just
can
like
hear
the
from the
aiding and
attorneys,
eluding
okay?
charge.
I beat that out.
looking at 25
And that
to
if
99
that's
years
true,
in prison because
Mr.
that's where
Benson,
these
what is the
cases are
city's
gonna go.
and the
recommendation?
people can't
The
sustain that
city's
element, the
recommendation
charge
is that
will be
it'll be
dismissed,
maintained
but I'm
and this
not
could be set over
disclosing
to
it upon
Monday.
your representation.
I learned how to
Thank you very
And
much,
Ms. Arnold, do you want to
Preliminary
be heard on
examination
that?
in this matter will be
No, Your
set
Honor, that's an
August
agreement.
19th,
All right.
2025.
So we will go ahead and
12
maintain
noon.
pretrial conditions of
That
release case in this
before
matter,
me.
and we will set this
properly
case
asked
over
for help.
to a new
On that
pretrial
day.
conference
Like I said,
on
I'm
Monday
getting older,
at 1
For both of
p.m.
these cases.
She's by
Mr.
herself
Thornton,
out
thank
there.
you. You can go ahead
I
and let the
will
officer know that your
By
hearing is
apprise
done. We'll
the-
see you on Monday.
Okay, I don't
She
agree.
has no
I don't
Please
want her to be here
also
on Monday. I want a different
that
lawyer. If
one
I'm
of
gonna be in
the-
jail, I might as
63
well
years
not
old.
play the little
She
game.
works.
I
Just
will
according to
call
your guys'
one of
maintain
the
her house.
activities, and I think it
And I
is
messed
You're not gonna fuck
a
me and make me
maneuver
say thank you.
to have the court
a 3-year
do something
sentence.
that it normally
And
would
Get
not
these bitch
do.
ass motherfuckers off the
I missed
screen
it.
now.
The
They
defendant
wanna
was
go talk to
elected,
someone else
I
and lie
didn't
to
get
someone
the help
else.
that I needed in prison.
and I will disclose
And I've
it
never
to
actually been in a courtroom.
Your Honor,
file
the defense
a-
requests a
I've been
brief
offered
recess.
any kind of help. I've
No, we
always
don't
been
need no
offered
recess.
civil
Fuck you, bitch.
claim.
Get off the
Let's
case.
go back to prison.
That's what we
Now,
were
as
as
against
DA,
me
Yeah,
and
go ahead and
years
mute
back,
the
a
jail.
slew of
please
other
get
Yes,
probation
Ms. Arnold,
so
we
they
can
can
absolutely
help
take a
me?
brief recess.
Oh, yeah, in
Just
that
let me know
regard,
when
Your
you're ready
Honor,
to
if
resume.
any of those
To
Yes,
not
break the
the best
cycle
interest.
Of course.
that I got going on
I
in my
trust
life.
you because I trust in
I've always
everybody else
taken the
in this
easy
whole
route.
including
situation
many
too.
that
I know life
Mr.
is
no
hard,
Thorne,
but
I
no
understand that you're
connection.
frustrated
Court
has to be
has
hard
and you need to
because
calm
you didn't
down
get
this
in
because
that
judge,
you're,
if
this
I'm
isn't great,
receiving
okay?
this,
Please stop
um,
speaking on the
doing hard
record.
things, going to
two things.
college.
I just
I
don't
read through
respect
the
you.
complaint to
That's all.
determine
Okay.
whether or not
That's
it
fine,
put on
but
its face
please-
create
And
a
I know
conflict.
it, my mom
Please
told me
For-
that
protect
it's not
yourself.
too late.
I consider it quite
It's
frankly
not- it's
to be
never too late.
frivolous.
Ms. Arnold,
You just
we
gotta
are
stop.
back on the
itself.
record
Doing the right thing.
in City
I'm
of
asking
Lakewood
that as a
versus
necessity
Matthew
for
James
And that's what
Thorne,
I'm asking.
23L from this general proceedings,
I didn't
because
wanna
I
take
think
the
that's
deal.
precisely
prior
what
to
he
the
wants to
recess,
have
there
there was
happen.
some discussion about a
But
stipulated
attempted
order of
it.
continuance.
Because I've never had.
I now
He
have
will
before
be
me a
dealt with by
motion
me
to
as I deal with any other
continue
defendant, and
the
so
pretrial conference. Is that correct?
that is there. It has
Yes,
been
Your
turned
Honor.
over to the Office of
So it was
General
my
Counsel to
understanding that
Washington.
it was going to be a
In
motion to
Washington County,
continue,
they will
but
deal
after
with
speaking
for
with the
me,
defendant,
as well as the
I think
others
it
that
is
I
best
see that
to
are listed
continue this
there.
case until
They will
Monday
deal with that.
to
They
allow
have
some
also
time for the
filed
defendant to
If
think
you're
about
not
this
gonna do it for
offer.
yourself, do it for those who love
Okay,
you.
that's fair.
And again, this
Mr.
is all
Johnson,
part of
is
his, what I
Absolutely.
will call
objection to
shenanigans to
Every time I come
shape
here, I
this.
this
listen to
matter
what
He
you
has
say
filed
to
against
me.
people
Monday
of
at,
And I've never heard that.
individuals
looks like it's Monday at 1
without
p.m.
specific
Inspired
And
reference
we're maintaining the bell.
in the Washington
Well,
County
I
Prosecutor's
You're not
Office.
gonna keep me in jail after 5 days just to
I
make you
don't,
think,
as
oh,
I
okay.
view
It's like
what I
it's like a
plead,
baby.
would not
Mr. Thorne, I'm
consider
gonna
that
need you, I'm gonna
any
need you to
jeopardy
try
upon
and
their
and
objective
control yourself so that I can
in
hear from
this
the
case,
attorneys,
so.
okay?
They're both liars.
Mr. Benson, what is the city's recommendation?
The city's recommendation that bell be maintained and this be set over to Monday.
Because it's
And
right,
Ms.
it's the
Arnold,
right
do you want to be heard on
I don't
that?
care how long it takes me to pay
No,
it.
Your Honor,
I wanna
that's an agreement.
All right.
Can I speak on that note, Your
So
Honor?
we
And I
will go
apologize
ahead and
to those-
maintain
I will
pretrial
let you talk.
conditions of
I'm not
release
gonna
in
let
this
you go on
matter,
and
and
some
we will
guy-
set this
I
case
apologize.
over
I've stood on my
to a
rights
new
and I've stood on
pretrial
my beliefs
conference
this whole
on
entire
Monday
time,
at 1
especially in
p.m.
previous
For
case,
losing
Your Honor.
that trust
Mr.
with you.
Thorne,
that
thank you.
complaint
You
is
can go
well
ahead and let
pleaded.
the officer know that your hearing is
It
done.
it
We'll
does
see you on
affect
Monday.
multiple
Okay, I don't agree.
parties
I don't want her
of
to be here on Monday. I want a
this
different lawyer.
jurisdiction.
If I'm gonna be in jail, I might as well not play the little
Washtenaw
game.
County is a named
According to your
party,
guys'
and I
rules.
do believe that my
All right.
You're not gonna fuck me and make me say
impartiality
thank you.
what I
and
wanna tell
bias will be affected
I
here,
have
as it was in the
Listen
past.
to
everything that you
before this
said.
complaint.
I've internalized
They wanna
And
everything
I
you
go
do
said.
talk to someone else,
request a
lie to
change of
someone else.
Here's the
venue
problem.
on that note for both
One of
these
the problems
matters.
you have is,
Your
Wish to
Honor, can
raise
defense
change
request a
of
brief
venue, you may
recess?
file.
I was at a
and the
hospital.
reason
No, we don't
Not
need no
in
recess.
jail.
Fuck you, bitch.
You
Get
were
off the
under the
case.
custody of
That's
the
what we're-
Washington
these
County
cases
I
are
Sheriff.
was
state
not.
jail
I
Yeah, go ahead and
understand.
mute the
I was
jail.
not.
So your range of punishment
Yes,
should be
Ms.
I was
Arnold,
dropped
we can
off at the
absolutely take a
hospital
brief
and they
recess.
later
Two
just
years
like
in
charged
state
me
jail.
just like the fleeing and eluding
But it's
charge.
been
I
enhanced
beat that out.
because you have
And
the two
that if
I
prisoners.
that's
trust
true,
you because I trust in
That's
everybody
why
else
none
in
of
this
these,
whole
and
situation
the
too.
people
cases
can't
Thorne,
sustain that
I
element,
understand that
that
you're
the charge would be
frustrated
dismissed,
and
but
you need
I'm
to
not
calm down
dismissing it
because
upon your
this
representation.
isn't great,
have
okay?
Thank you very
Please
much,
stop
Hillary.
speaking
Preliminary
on the
examination
record.
in this matter
I just
Now,
don't
I don't
respect
know on
you.
the April
That's
case,
all.
August
if
19th,
somebody
That's fine,
picked you up,
but
2025.
please,
you know, you were arrested,
please
Well,
protect
noon.
taken to
yourself.
the Bear County Jail.
That is before
Did that
me.
Ms.
happen
Arnold?
in April?
We are back on the record
On
in
that
City of
date. All at
Lakewood
large?
versus Matthew
For
James
both of these
Thorne,
cases.
23L
But here's the thing. So
I
you pick up the
will
case,
apprise
Prior to the
the,
recess, there was some
that should have
discussion
given you
about
some kind of
stipulated
Stipulated
pause,
orders
like, and then you having
continuance.
to look over your
I now
shoulder.
have
But
before me a
instead,
motion to
then you come back.
continue.
I will
Uh,
call
the-
it
I'm
one
sorry,
of
your
the
first case,
activities that
February
I think
20th,
it is
2025.
Yes, Your
a
Honor.
maneuver to
So it was my
have
understanding
the
that there is
court
going to be
do
a motion to
something that it
continue,
normally
but
would
after
not do.
speaking with the defendant,
2025.
I think it is
So
best
it's
to
like none of
continue
that
this
gave you
case
pause.
until
At some point
Monday
in your life,
to allow
will
some
disclose
time
it.
for the
Pause,
defendant to
right?
think about this offer.
And give
File
you pause to
a
say,
Okay,
I'm not
that's
doing the
fair.
right thing.
Mr. Vincent.
So how did you
Civil
end up?
claim.
Any
Did
objection
you get
to
arrested for
continuing
these
this
cases? You
matter
just minding
me
your own
and
business and
Monday
police,
at,
there's a warrant, you
slew
get
of other
arrested?
parties.
looks like Monday at 1 p.m.
Oh, yeah, in that regard, Your Honor, I
We're
was
maintaining the
those.
bell.
Do not interrupt me.
After
You're not gonna keep me in
maintaining
jail an extra 5 days just to make me think, oh, okay.
Including many
the first
that
time that they
I don't
Mr.
even
Thorne,
know
I'm
the
gonna need
connection.
you, I'm gonna need you to
Because
try
I had
and
already
control
this
yourself
judge
so that I can
is
hear from the attorneys,
receiving
okay?
this.
I don't know how it happened, but
Um,
every time they got me,
Two things. I
like,
read through
it
the
was
complaints,
Mr. Vincent, what
determined
is the
whether or
city's
not it
recommendation?
put on its
The
face.
city's
I
recommendation that
couple
bell
days
be
later, they come back
maintained
I
and this could
consider
be
it
settled
quite
in
frankly
2
to be
Monday.
frivolous.
I just got arrested. I just
And
Plain
Ms.
and
Arnold, do you
self.
want to be heard on that?
Do
these are
not
from
see
another-
that
No,
as
Your
a
Honor,
necessity
that's
for
an
So,
agreement.
me to
I
recuse
stopped,
myself
and
from
then I
this
just
So we will
judge's
go ahead
proceedings
and
because I think that's
maintain
precisely
pretrial
what he
conditions of
wants
release
to
in this
have
matter.
happen.
And we will set this
And it's
case
attempting
over
to manipulate.
to a new pretrial
Be
conference
Now I
dealt
on
with
understand
Monday
what you're
by
saying,
me
and
as
I
I
understand
would
that
any of the
sometimes people
defendants
have
Mr.
their
Thorne,
epiphany
thank you.
late
You can
in
go
life.
ahead and let the
But I
officer
just
that
don't
is
think
there
you would
has
be a
been
good
turned over
candidate
to the
on
Office
Monday.
of
for
General
probation.
Counsel of
I don't
Maybe
agree.
you
Washington.
became
I don't want her to be
immune
our
Washington
lawyer. I
County
want her to
did
be a
deal
lawyer.
with
If I'm gonna be
for
in jail,
me
I might as
as
well
well as
not
the
play the
others
little
that I
game
see that are
according to
listed
your
there.
guys' rules.
you know,
They
with
will
your
deal
criminal
with that.
actions
They have
maybe
also
something.
You're not gonna fuck
filed.
me and make
I'm not
me
gonna
take
sentence you
vengeance
to the
for it.
10 years though. I am finding you
And again,
guilty.
this is all
And
part
in
of
cause
Get
his,
these bitch ass
number
what
motherfuckers
I
off the
will call
screen now.
shenanigans to
2025
Then when
shape
everybody
this.
knows,
He has
someone
filed against people,
012102, the court is going to sentence you to
individuals
6 years in the prison.
without
Your Honor, can
specific
defense request a
reference
brief
Give you
recess?
credit for any
in the
time
No,
Washington
no,
served.
you
County
know, recess, fuck
prosecution.
you,
There's a
bitch, get off the
$1,000
case.
fine.
That's what we're.
I
There's a
don't,
fine and
as
money
I
will run
Yeah, go ahead
concurrently.
and
what I
mute the
read
jail.
would not
This
consider
will run
Yes,
that
concurrent
Ms.
with
Arnold, we can
any
absolutely
2025
take a brief
jeopardy
recess.
CR
Just let me know when you're ready to
012104,
resume.
this case.
2025
Yes,
CR
the best
013590,
I trust you because I trusted everybody else in this whole situation too.
Mr. Thorne, I understand that you're
013
frustrated and you need to calm down because this isn't great, okay? Please stop saying anything on the record.
I just don't respect you.
$299 to
That's all.
Lowe's.
That's fine,
Can I speak
There
but
should
on
be
that note,
no
Your Honor?
contact with Lowe's.
please protect
I
yourself.
will let you talk, but I'm not gonna let you go on
Ms.
some
Arnold?
dive.
I'll recommend
We are back on the
I've
record
stood on my rights and
in
I've stood on my
City of
beliefs this
Lakewood
whole entire
versus
And there should
time,
be no
especially in
residing
the previous case, Your Honor.
23L
That complaint is well pleaded.
with minors.
Prior
And I
to
will
the
tell you,
recess,
once you release from
there was some
prison,
discussion
still
about
here,
stipulated
and you
order of
need help getting back
continuance.
on track.
This
I now have
jurisdiction,
before me a
If there
motion
are drug
uh,
issues, you come back
Washington
here,
County is a
and I'm
named
still here. I'll
party,
pick up
and
the
I
phone
do
and call
believe that
somebody
is
my
that correct?
to help you out.
Yes, Your Honor.
impartiality
So it was my
and
understanding
bias
that it was
will
going
be
to be a
affected
motion to
here,
continue.
showing you
But
what's
as it was in the
after
past.
speaking with the
Before this
defendant,
complaint.
I think it is
to
best
And I
to
do
continue this
request a
case
change of
until
venue
Monday
on
to
that
allow
note
some
for both
time
these
for the
matters.
defendant to think about this offer.
Wish to raise change
Oh,
of
I'm sorry,
venue.
okay,
that's
May
fair.
file. I was at a
Mr.
hospital,
Is this a
Vincent,
not a
pre-bargain
jail.
agreement? Because
You
I
were
know what
under
your
custody
pre-bargain
and
agreement
was not
is.
gonna
You
show
have
up.
the
I
right
was
to
not.
Monday
have the
I was not.
permission to appeal.
Custody.
Because
I was
this
dropped
is a
off at the
conviction, you're not
hospital. They
allowed to
later
own
tacked
or
on charges
possess
just like the
weapons
fleeing
weapons
and
of
eluding
ammunition.
charge.
If you have a
You're
question
not
for
gonna
what
keep me
that
in jail
is,
and
you
get
reach
5
out
days just to
to
make me
an
think,
attorney.
oh, okay.
Next, we're moving on to
People can't
2025
Mr. Thorne,
CR
I need you to try and
0104.
control yourself so that I
The
can hear
previous
from the
cases
attorneys,
for the
okay?
Thank you very much,
I
gentlemen.
only
Preliminary
found him guilty
examination in
and
this
found the
matter
enhancement
will
is
be
true
set
based upon his
Mr.
true
Vincent, what is the
signature
city's
and based
recommendation?
upon state's
The
exhibits
city's
1 and
recommendation
attachment.
that bell be
So in this
maintained
cause
and this could
number,
be settled
That
court
is
in 2
again
Monday.
is
before
finding you
me.
guilty, will sentence you to 6
And
years in
Ms.
the
Arnold, do you
prison.
want to be heard on
Give you
that?
On
credit
that
for any
day.
time served.
No, Your Honor, that's
There's
For
a
both of
$1,000
these
fine,
cases.
time,
All right.
and money will
So
run
go
concurrent.
ahead and
will
maintain pretrial
apprise
This will run
conditions of
the
concurrent
release
with
in this matter.
2025
And we will set
CR
this case
Please
over
013590,
to a new
2025
pretrial
CR
conference on Monday at 1 p.m.
I will call
2025
Mr. Thorne,
CR
thank you. You can go ahead and let the
013603.
officer know that your hearing is done.
a
We'll see you on
maneuver
Monday.
Taking
to
consideration
have the
2025
court do
CR
something that I normally would
012103.
If
not
I'm
do.
gonna be in jail, I might as well
The
not play the little
defendant
game
has
against, according to your guys'
2025
rules.
CR
And I will disclose
00871.
You're not
it
gonna fuck me
There
and
should be
make
no
me take
contact
vengeance for
file
it.
a
with Lowe's and
And
restitution
get these
to
bitch ass
civil
motherfuckers
Lowe's.
off
claim
the screen now. Then when
That's
they wanna
against
go,
me
someone else,
and-
find someone else.
a slew of other parties.
$799.
Your Honor,
Oh, yeah,
can
in that
defense
regard,
request
Your
a
Honor,
brief
Therapeutic
Any
recess?
of those do not.
No,
And
we don't
no
need no
residing
recess,
in
fuck you, bitch, get
households
off
with
the case.
minors.
That's
And
what
that
we're
cause number, did you
now.
review the trial
Yeah,
court's
including
certification
many
of
that
the defendant's
I
rights to
don't
appeal
even
with your
know the
attorney?
connection.
Ms.
Did
Arnold,
you
we're gonna have to
understand it
take a
and
brief
did you sign
recess.
it?
Just let me know when you're ready to
If
resume.
I'm
Right, because the
receiving
plea
Yes,
bargaining
the best
agreement,
interest.
because
Um,
followed your
Of
plea bargaining
two
agreement,
things.
I'm
which
I
sure
read
your
you,
right
because
to
then everybody else
determine
is
whether or
going
not
to
it
too.
put on
to
a
appeal.
Mr. Thorne,
case.
I
Because it's a
understand that
felony
you're
conviction,
frustrated
you're not allowed
and
to
you
I
need to
own,
calm
consider it
down
quite
because
these are
frankly
you're,
frivolous.
this isn't
If you have
great,
a question
okay?
over what
Please
that
Plain
stop
itself.
panicking on the record.
Do
I
not
just
see
don't
that
respect
as a
you.
All right, we're
necessity.
proceeding in cause
That's
number
fine,
Myself
but
from this this
Please.
gentleman's proceedings
Please,
because I
protect
think that's
yourself.
precisely what he wants to have happen.
Ms. Arnold,
And then
we are back
2017,
on the
6
record
years in the prison.
in
he
City of
will be dealt
Lakewood
with
versus
by me as
Matthew
I
James
deal with
Thorne,
any
$1,000
defendant.
fine,
And so
time and money.
23L0004220.
that is there. It's been
Prior to
turned
the
over to the
recess,
Office of General
there was some
Counsel for the
discussion about a
Washington.
stipulated
This will
order of
run concurrent with
County,
continuance.
they will
2025
I now have
CR
before me
for me as
12104,
well as the others that I see that are listed there.
the pre-trial
They will
conference,
deal
is
with
that
that.
correct?
They have also
Yes, Your
filed.
Honor.
It
So it was my
appears,
understanding that it was going to be a motion to
and again,
continue,
this is all
but
part
after
of his,
speaking with
what
the
I will call
defendant, I
shenanigans
think
to
it is
shake
best
this.
to
He has
continue
filed
this
against
case until
people of
Monday,
No residing
to
in
allow some
households with
time
minors.
for the defendant to
And that
think about
causes
this
without
somebody
offer.
to review the
specific
document
reference.
entitled
Okay,
Trial Court
that's fair.
Certification of
in
Defendant's
Mr.
Washington
Appeal
County
with the
prosecutors.
attorney.
Any
Did you
objection
understand it and
to
sign it?
continuing
I
this
don't,
matter
as I
to
view
Monday
what I
Because
at
this is a plea
would
bargaining
not
agreement, because I
consider
followed
that
your
looks
plea
like
bargaining
any
agreement, because
jeopardy
you
upon
waived
their
your right to
objective.
appeal, and you did not
We're
have the court's
maintaining
permission
the
to
bell.
appeal. Because this is a felony
I'm
conviction, you're not
maintaining
allowed to own,
$25
possess,
just
or
to make
weapons or
me think,
ammunition.
oh,
If you have
okay.
a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to
Mr. Thorne, I'm gonna need you to try and control yourself so that I can hear from the attorneys, okay?
They're both
We're
liars.
proceeding in 2025 CR 013.
Mr. Benson, what is the city's recommendation?
Can I speak on that,
The
Your Honor?
city's recommendation
And that
that bell be
cause number
maintained
Let you
and this
talk.
be settled over
Sentenced
to
you to
Let you
6
go
years
Monday.
in
on
the
some
prison.
diatribe. That other
And
things.
Ms. Arnold, do
I've
you want to
stood
be
on
heard
my
on
rights
that?
and I've stood on my beliefs this
There's
whole
no
No, Your
entire
Honor,
time,
that's fine.
especially
That's an
in
agreement.
previous case, Your
All
Honor.
right.
That
So we
complaint
will
is
go
well
ahead
pleaded.
and maintain
And money will
pretrial
run
conditions
It
of
does
release
affect
in this
multiple,
matter, and we will set this
parties.
case
run
over
concurrent with
to
2025
a
This
CR
is
pretrial conference on Monday
01204,
at 1
2025
Washtenaw County is the named
CR
party,
Mr. Thorne,
and I
thank
do
you.
believe
Go
that
ahead and
my
let the officer
Take into
know that your hearing
consideration
is done. We'll see you on Monday.
impartiality and
Yeah, I
bias
agree. I
would
don't
be
want her to
affected
be here on
here
Monday. I want a different
as it
lawyer.
was in the
If I'm gonna
past
be in jail,
before
I might
this
as well
complaint.
not play the little game.
And I do
according to your
request a
guys'
change of
rules.
venue on that
If
note for
any,
both
You're
these
not gonna fuck
matters.
me and make me
Food
take
mark.
money
Mr.
for
Ray's
it.
change of venue,
No
you may
contact.
file. I was at a hospital,
with
not a
These
jail.
bitch ass motherfuckers are
Amigos
free
Under the
now.
custody of the
Food mark.
Washington County
I
Sheriff. I was
was
not.
not.
45
I was not.
03
Custody.
Calabria
I was
Road.
dropped off at the hospital
Your
and
Honor,
later
the defense
checked on charges
requested
of
brief
like the
recess.
fleeing and eluding
Therapeutic
charges.
No,
community.
bitch, just fuck you, bitch. Get
No
off
And
me.
that
residing
if
in
that's
households
true,
with minors.
Yeah, go ahead and
and
mute the
the
jail.
people can't sustain that element,
Yes,
then the
Ms.
charge
Arnold,
will
we
be
can absolutely
dismissed.
take a
But I'm
brief
not
recess. Just
dismissing
let me
it
know when you're
under
ready to resume.
representation.
No.
Yes.
This is
Thank you
the
very
reason
much.
why I do
Preliminary
that.
examination in
Because
this
many
matter
of times
I
what I've
will be
trust you. I
set
trust in
seen in
everybody
my
else in
career
this
August
whole
19th,
situation
is
too.
that
Mr. Thorne,
2025.
I understand that you're
women will
frustrated
let
noon.
and you need to calm
into
down
their
That
because
is
homes. They know
before me.
this
absolutely
isn't
nothing
great,
about them.
okay? Please
just don't
stop
respect
And then the
you.
next
panicking
thing
on the
you know,
record.
On that
something
day.
I just don't
happens
respect you.
regarding a child.
For
That's all.
Either
both of these
somebody
cases,
That's fine, but
physically abuses the
please,
child
I
or
please
will
protect
so,
yourself.
apprise the
because
Ms.
as you
Arnold,
know, sometimes
we are
Please
back
also
on the
is the
record
publicist and you don't meet the
in
one
person
of
City
until
of
the-
later.
Lakewood versus
Even
Matthew
so,
James
cases like
Thorne,
I will call one of the
23L00420.
activities, and I think it is
Prior to
a
the
maneuver
recess,
let me ask you
there was
this.
some
have
discussion
the
about a
court
stipulated
do
order of
something that it
continuance.
normally
I
would
now have
not do.
before me
You
a
know what your
motion
criminal history is, right?
to
Defendant
continue
has elected.
No.
the
I just
pretrial
want you to-
conference. Is that
I
correct?
will
Keeping in mind your
disclose
criminal
that.
Yes, Your
history.
Honor. So it was my
File
understanding
a-
that
And
it was going to be a
it's just
motion to
some guy
continue,
getting out of prison
but after
has your criminal
Civil
speaking with the
claim.
defendant,
Would you
I
want
think it
them
is best
against
to
living in a
me
continue this
household?
case
and
until
If you're under the
Monday,
picture,
a
you're like,
slew
to
of
allow
other
some
I'm just
time
gonna
for the
pay my
defendant to
child
think
support,
about
but
this
I'm not gonna
offer.
live
Oh,
here.
yeah, in that regard, Your
Okay,
Honor,
that's
many
fair.
You
of
want them
those
living there?
Mr.
I have
Benson?
nothing to think about.
Any objection to
I'm
continuing
gonna show
this
you
matter
this. It's
to
entitled Trial Court
including
Monday?
many
Certification
that
of
I
Defendant's
don't even
Rights to
know the
Appeal.
connection
Looks like
Did
the
you
court
review that
had
with
one
your attorney? Did
candidate.
you understand
This
it?
is
and
our-
sign
We're
it?
we're
All right,
maintaining
because
the
this is a
bell.
plea
this.
bargaining agreement, because I followed your
You're not
plea
gonna keep me in
bargaining
jail
agreement,
for
because you
5
waived
days
your
just
right
to
to
make me
appeal.
think,
Like,
You
oh,
did not have the
determine
court's
whether or
permission
not
to
it
appeal.
put on its
Because this is a
face
Mr.
felony
Thorne, I'm
conviction,
gonna
you're
need
not
you,
allowed
I'm
to
gonna
own,
need you
possess
to
any
try
weapons or
and
consider it
ammunition.
quite
control
frankly
If you have a
yourself so
question
that I
over
can
what
hear
that
from the
is, you'll need to
attorneys,
speak to an
okay?
attorney.
Claimed
they're both
itself.
liars.
All right, we can go off the
Do
record.
not
Here's the
see
thing.
that as a
You don't
necessity.
Mr.
have
Vincent, what is
Like
the
in
city's
order.
recommendation?
myself
Otherwise,
on
we'll
the
end up
settlement
dying in
city's
prison.
recommendation that
because I
bail
When I
think
be
say
that's
dying in
maintained
precisely
prison, I
what
be
he
mean
set over
wants
2
to have
nobody's gonna
happen.
release you from prison.
And
And
Because
Ms.
you're
Arnold,
next
do you
to,
want to be
maybe
heard on
you're
that?
looking at a
he
minimum
will
of
be dealt
25.
with
No, Your
by
Honor,
me
that's-
as I
Unless we're
deal
planning
with
on
any
living
other
forever.
defendant.
Somebody,
And
if you get
so
sentenced
So
to
we
like
will
30
go
or
ahead
40
and
years,
that is
maintain
there. It has
pretrial
been
conditions
turned
of
over to the
release in
office
this
of general
matter.
counsel
We will
for
set this
Washington.
case over
For Washington County,
to
they
a new
deal
pretrial
with
conference
for
on
me
Monday
as
at
well as
1
the others
p.m.
that I see that are listed
Mr.
there.
Thorne, thank you. You
They
can
will
go
deal
ahead and
with
let the
that. They
officer
have
know that your
also
hearing is done.
filed
We'll see you on Monday.
peers.
Okay, I don't
yeah,
agree.
and I will tell
I
you,
don't
when
want
you're
to
there,
be here on
Again,
Monday. I
this
want
is
to
all
get a
part
lawyer.
of his,
If I'm going to be in
what I
jail,
would
I
call
might as well not
shenanigans
play
to
little
shake
games
the
against
I
peace
have
supporting your
of the
guys'
questions that you
school.
can learn
people
about.